All right. So I'm sure the question on everyone's mind lately is, where are the videos? Where are they? I apologize. But I will say this: I have been doing a lot lately, especially the last 3 days, listening to a lot of golf information. I work with a group of junior golfers led by Richard Franklin. We meet on a daily basis, typically for anywhere from an hour and a half to, I think, 2.5, 3 hours, working on designing games for kids. Obviously, Richard kind of leading the way with that. Last couple days, I've had the opportunity to listen to Andrew Rice. He's interviewing two people a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. He's got some really good guests on. I listened to Claude Harmon. I've listened to Me and My Golf. Listened to Kyle Morris. I've listened to a bunch of older podcasts that I used to listen to as I drove up from the south side. So I have probably digested more golf in the last 3 days alone than most people might even care to. And you're probably thinking, well, yeah, you're a golf nut. That's true. I am a golf nut. There is no doubt about it. But I'm also doing these things to get more information. For those of you that have been with me for several years, you've gotten that email that, hey, I'm going out of town to listen to somebody speak about golf. I've spent over my entire adult life in golf, and it's been my passion to help people play better. And so I spend a lot of time and a lot of money going to seminars, listening to best of the best, or people who I think really have something to offer to help, not only help me, but help my students. I listened to or watched a YouTube video with Gary McCord the other night. It was almost an hour long, and as I'm watching this, he gave this one tip, and it was really obscure in what he was talking about. But I'm like, you know what? This is going to help this high school golfer that I work with. And I applied it, and it did right off the bat. And if I can get one little nugget out of every hour, in my opinion, it's a home run. Now, typically, am I going to get more than that? Yeah, but one helpful hint for one person makes all the difference. And that's what I feel that I do is I'm trying to make a difference. People play golf for recreation, for fun. And there are some that take it seriously. My brother, both of my brothers do, but my youngest brother, who I've worked a lot with on his game, he sent me a video about chipping and pitching the other day of him, and we talked about a few things, and he called me back a couple days later, and we FaceTimed, and I basically gave him a live lesson over the phone. And it was quick. Again, he's a high-level golfer. He's also a Division I college golf coach, and so he was able to adapt fairly quickly. And it was similar to what I've talked about in my pitching video. He was getting the club a little too far outside. We got the club going back a little bit more around, and the technique improved, and the shot quality improved dramatically, and it was quick. Is every lesson that way? No. Not every lesson is that way, but a lot of times we can figure out that area that we need to improve right off the bat. Now, whether I convey it, what we need to do right off the bat, it depends on the language that I use. It depends on what the student understands, whether we're doing. And sometimes I may tell somebody the same thing 3 or 4 different ways until it really catches hold. And then we might hit that spark on one of those things, and it takes hold, and we start to see some lasting improvement. But as I was listening to a podcast today, one of the instructors, and it's somebody that I mentioned in my pitching video, James Siekman, he pointed out that it's not muscle memory, it's brain memory, and it's we have this overriding brain remembrance, for lack of a better term, that our brain remembers the strongest. I'm going to screw this up, but it remembers what we did the most reinforced pattern that we've learned. And we can learn that new pattern, but we have to be very intent on trying to repeat that new pattern, because it will revert back. And now we're in a time where a lot of you have not played any golf. Maybe you had started hitting a lot of balls prior to all this craziness, but now haven't hit a lot of balls, or haven't had a chance to chip or putt. And guess what? You're going to revert back to that reinforced old movement pattern unless you are figuring out a way to intently improve the pattern that you've got. And maybe it's just making some rehearsal swings, if that's the activity, or maybe it's learning some speed control, whether short putts or full swings, things like that. But it's practicing with an intention every time. Just because we can do it correctly 10 times, as he said in his podcast, doesn't mean that 100 times is better. Because if my 10 times are with the utmost intention, if I do it 100 times with, half effort intention, it's not going to be better. And that old motor pattern is going to reemerge because the new one has not been focused on intently. So that's kind of where I've been. And I'm going to get back into getting these videos out, because I've really come across a lot of good things. And if you are wanting to learn more, look at some of those people that I mentioned early on, because they've got some great content, and I'm going to be repurposing some of that content for you guys, so you don't necessarily have to search those people out. And you'll see at the beginning I did post my speed swings. I forgot to post it on Friday. When you look at it, you're going to see some interesting things. When I was making the actual speed stick swings, I saw a lot of very similar numbers. The one thing that stuck out the most was my swings. At the start of the session, my average was increased, and my swings at the end of the session, my speeds were increased. And that's what it's all about. Should we see some increases as we make the swings with the speed sticks? For sure. But I'm seeing overall that my speed is increasing, and I've done swings, let's see, 5 times. Tomorrow will be the 6th, and then I'll do it again on Friday. I'll record and I'll post, and I'll answer any questions about it. But just wanted you guys to know what I've been up to, that I haven't forgot about you, and we're going to have some good things, and I'm going to announce something tomorrow that I'm planning on doing Friday for all the junior golfers that want to participate in it. And that doesn't mean just the 5 and 6 year olds, or just the 10 and 11 year olds. As far as I'm concerned, it can be the high school golfers. And you know what? If you guys want to get involved, that's something that you can get involved with also. So if you have any questions, and you are looking for some ways to weather this lockdown that we've got, check me out. Keep checking out my YouTube videos. Check out all my social media posts. They're going to keep coming, and I'm going to keep doing the research to help you guys, and hopefully make 2020, once we get out of this, your best golf year ever. So have a great day.